Hey everyone, welcome back to day 27 of 30 Days to Fluent English. I'm Peter, and today we're focusing on a challenge that almost every English learner faces: understanding native speakers.
Have you ever watched a movie, listened to a podcast, or talked to a native speaker and thought, wait, I know these words, but why can't I understand them when they speak so fast? If this sounds familiar, don't worry, you're not alone.
That's right. Many learners feel confident reading and writing in English, but when it comes to listening, it feels like a completely different language. Native speakers don't always pronounce every word clearly. Instead, they connect words, reduce sounds, and speak at a natural pace that can feel overwhelming.
But here's the good news. Just like an athlete can train their muscles to run faster, you can train your ears to catch fast English. Listening is a skill, and with the right techniques, you'll be able to understand native speakers much more easily.
Think of it this way. When you first learned to drive, it felt overwhelming, right? There were so many things to focus on at once: the steering wheel, the mirrors, the signals, the speed. But after practice, it became automatic. Understanding spoken English works the same way. The more you train your ears, the more natural it will feel.
So in today's episode, we're going to break it all down for you. By the end of this episode, you'll know why native speakers sound so fast and how to keep up with them, how to recognize and understand common sound reductions, effective listening training techniques that actually work, fun and easy ways to improve your listening every day.
So, if you've ever felt frustrated because you can't understand fast English, this episode is for you. Grab your headphones, get comfortable, and let's start training your ears to catch every word.
Let's get started.
Why native speakers sound so fast.
Before we talk about how to train your ears, let's first understand why native speakers sound so fast. Many learners think native speakers talk quickly on purpose, but that's not actually true.
Yes, the speed isn't just about how fast they move their mouths. It's about how they connect words and reduce sounds. This is called connected speech, and it's what makes English sound different from how it looks on paper.
Let's break it down into three main reasons why English sounds fast.
Native speakers link words together.
In written English, we see words as separate, but in spoken English, native speakers don't pause between every word. Instead, they connect sounds to make speech flow naturally.
Let's look at an example. If you say each word separately, you might say, "What do you want to do?" But in natural speech, a native speaker will say, "What do you want to do?"
Here are more examples of how words get linked together. Did you eat? Sounds like, did you eat? What are you doing? Sounds like, what you doing? I have to go. Sounds like, I have to go.
If you expect to hear every word clearly separated, it will feel like native speakers are talking too fast. But once you recognize these patterns, everything will start making sense.
Native speakers reduce sounds.
Another reason English sounds fast is because native speakers don't fully pronounce every word. They reduce sounds to make speech smoother.
For example, instead of clearly saying, "I don't know," many native speakers just say, "I don't know."
Here are some more common sound reductions. Give me becomes gimme. Give me a second. Let me becomes lemme. Let me see. Going to becomes gonna. I'm gonna call you later. Want to becomes wanna. Do you want to go out?
These reductions make speech faster and more natural. The key is not to fight them, but to train your ears to recognize them.
Native speakers use rhythm, not individual words.
Think about music. When you hear a song, you don't listen to individual notes, you hear the rhythm. English works the same way. Native speakers don't focus on each word separately, they speak in rhythm and thought groups.
For example, instead of saying, "I am going to the corn store," word by word, a native speaker would say, "I'm going to the store."
Let's practice this together. Repeat after me.
Instead of saying, "Can you help me?" one word at a time, say, "Can you help me?"
One more. Instead of saying, I don't know, say, I don't know.
See how much smoother that sounds? This is why listening to English as a rhythm, rather than just words, will help you understand it much faster.
Quick listening challenge. Can you catch these?
All right, now that you know why native speakers sound fast, let's test your ears. I'm going to say a few common phrases the way native speakers do, and you try to guess what they mean.
First one, what's up?
That's right, it means what's up.
Next one, do you want to go?
It means do you want to go?
One more, I have to leave now.
That means I have to leave now.
The more you train your ears to recognize these changes, the easier it will be to understand native speakers in real life.
All right, let's review why native speakers sound so fast. They link words together so sentences sound like one long word. They reduce sounds, making speech more fluid and natural. They speak with rhythm, grouping words instead of saying them separately. Once you recognize these patterns, you'll understand spoken English much faster.
Now that you know why English sounds fast, let's move on to the next part, how to train your ears to catch these sounds easily.
Common sound reductions in English.
Now that we know why native speakers sound so fast, let's talk about one of the biggest reasons, sound reductions. Native speakers don't pronounce every word clearly. Instead, they shorten or change sounds to make speech flow faster and more naturally.
Yes, when you first learn English, you might expect every word to be pronounced clearly. But in real conversations, many sounds disappear, change, or get linked together. That's why it can be difficult to understand fast English.
But don't worry. If you learn these common sound reductions, you'll start recognizing them easily. Let's go through some of the most important ones.
T sound changes in American English.
In American English, the T sound often changes, especially when it's between two vowel sounds. Instead of a clear T, it sounds more like a soft D. This makes speech flow more smoothly.
Here are some examples. Water sounds like water. Better sounds like better. Daughter sounds like daughter. Got it sounds like God did.
If you listen to Americans speak, you'll notice that they almost never say a hard T in these words. Instead of I got it, you'll hear I got it.
Let's practice. Repeat after me.
I need some water. Now say it faster. I need some water.
Another one. She's much better now. Now say, she's much better now.
Great job. The more you recognize this pattern, the easier it will be to understand native speakers.
Dropping sounds in fast speech.
Another common reduction is dropping sounds completely. In fast speech, native speakers often remove small sounds to make speech flow faster.
Here are some examples where sounds disappear in spoken English. I don't know. I don't know. Give me. Gimme. Lemme. Because. Cuz.
When spoken slowly, you might hear, let me help you. But in real conversation, it sounds like, let me help you.
Let's practice together. Repeat after me.
I don't know. Now say, I don't know.
Give me a second. Now say, give me a second.
Let me see. Now say, let me see.
Once you get used to these reductions, it will be much easier to follow fast conversations.
Linking sounds, words blending together.
Another reason native speakers sound fast is that they blend words together. Instead of saying each word separately, they link words to make speech smoother.
For example, instead of saying, did you eat? A native speaker might say, did ya eat?
Here are more examples. What are you doing? What you doing? Did you go? Did you go? How did you do that? How'd you do that? Let me help you. Let me help you.
This happens because English has a natural rhythm, and linking sounds make speech smoother. Let's practice a few together.
What are you doing? Now say, what you doing?
Did you see that? Now say, did you see that?
Let me check for you. Now say, let me check for you.
Perfect. If you practice listening for these linking sounds, conversations will start to sound much clearer.
Quick listening challenge. Can you catch these?
All right, now that we've learned the most common reductions, let's test your ears. I'll say a sentence the way a native speaker would, and you try to figure out what it means.
First one, I don't know what happened.
That's right, it means, I don't know what happened.
Next one, what you gonna do?
It means, what are you going to do?
One more, let me check real quick.
That means, let me check real quick.
Great job! The more you practice listening to these reductions, the easier it will be to catch them in real conversations.
Let's quickly review the most common sound reductions. T sound changes. Water, water, better, better. Dropping sounds. I don't know. Let me. Linking sounds. Did you? Did ya? What are you? Whatcha? Recognizing these patterns will help you understand native speakers much faster.
Now that you know these common reductions, let's move on to the next section. How to train your ears to catch fast English.
How to train your ears to catch fast English.
Now that we've learned why native speakers sound fast and how they reduce sounds, it's time to train your ears. Listening is just like exercising. If you practice the right way, you'll get stronger and faster at understanding spoken English.
Many learners make the mistake of just listening more without a strategy. But to really improve, you need active listening techniques that will help your brain recognize words, patterns, and rhythm faster.
So, let's go through 3 powerful methods to improve your listening skills.
Listen to slow English first, then speed it up.
One of the best ways to train your ears is to start slow and gradually increase the speed. This helps your brain adjust to natural speech without feeling overwhelmed.
Here's how to do it. Step 1. Choose an audio clip, a podcast, or YouTube video with subtitles. Step 2. Listen to it at normal speed while reading along with the transcript. Step 3. Listen again without reading. Try to understand as much as possible. Step 4. Increase the speed slightly, for example, 1.25x speed on YouTube or podcast apps. Step 5. Keep listening at faster speeds until your ears adjust.
At first, it might feel too fast, but your brain will quickly get used to it. Over time, you'll find that regular speed English sounds much easier.
Many learners who try this method notice improvement in just a few weeks.
Use the pause and repeat method.
If you struggle with fast conversations, another great technique is pause and repeat. This method trains your brain to recognize common speech patterns and linking sounds.
Here's how to do it. Step 1. Listen to a short sentence from a podcast, movie, or YouTube video. Step 2. Pause the audio after the sentence. Step 3. Repeat the sentence out loud, copying the speaker's speed, tone, and linking sounds. Step 4. Play the sentence again to check if you match the pronunciation.
For example, if you hear, "What you gonna do?" instead of, "What are you gonna do?" try repeating it exactly as the speaker says it.
This exercise helps you train your ears and your mouth at the same time. The more you do it, the more natural these sounds will become.
Play the Guess the Missing Word game.
A fun way to train your ears is by playing a game called Guess the Missing Word. This helps your brain fill in the gaps just like native speakers do.
Here's how it works. Step 1. Choose an English conversation or interview without subtitles. Step 2. Listen to a short section, 5 to 10 seconds. Step 3. Write down what you think you heard. If you're unsure about a word, make a guess. Step 4. Check the transcript or subtitles to see what you missed. Step 5. Repeat the section and listen again, now focusing on the missing words.
At first, you might only catch 50% of the words, but after a few weeks of this exercise, you'll start recognizing more and more.
Let's try a quick challenge now. I'll say a sentence naturally and you try to catch every word. Ready?
Okay, here's the sentence. Give me a sec, I gotta grab my phone.
Can you hear all the words? I said, give me a second, I have to grab my phone. But in natural speech, it sounded like, give me a sec, I gotta grab my phone.
If you do this every day, your ears will quickly adapt to fast speech.
Shadowing, the fastest way to improve listening and speaking.
Finally, let's talk about the shadowing technique. This is one of the most effective ways to improve both listening and speaking fluency.
Shadowing means listening to an audio clip and immediately repeating what the speaker says at the same speed with the same pronunciation.
Here's how to do it. Step 1. Choose an English podcast, TED Talk, or news clip. Step 2. Listen to one sentence carefully. Step 3. Repeat it immediately, copying the speaker's pronunciation and rhythm. Step 4. Keep going for a few minutes without pausing. Try to match the speaker's speed.
At first, it may feel difficult, but over time, your listening and speaking skills will improve dramatically.
If you practice shadowing for just 5 minutes a day, you'll see a big improvement in your fluency.
Let's review the 4 best techniques to train your ears. Start slow, then increase speed to get used to fast English. Use pause and repeat to train your ears and mouth together. Play Guess the Missing Word to recognize real spoken English. Practice shadowing daily to improve both listening and speaking skills.
Your challenge today: pick one of these exercises and try it. Whether it's listening to a podcast at 1.25x speed, repeating a short sentence, or doing a shadowing session, start training your ears today.
Now that you know how to train your ears, let's move on to the cultural side of listening. How different English-speaking countries use speed, slang, and accents.
Language and cultural expansion.
In English-speaking cultures, people expect you to catch fast speech, but they also understand that learners need time to adjust.
Yes, if you're having trouble, it's okay to say, "Could you repeat that more slowly? Sorry, I didn't catch that. Could you say it again? Could you say that in a different way?"
In the US and Canada, people are usually happy to slow down and repeat if you ask politely.
And in the UK and Australia, people sometimes use more slang or fast speech, so it's helpful to watch TV shows or listen to podcasts from those countries to get used to the accents.
The key is to expose yourself to different English accents and practice every day.
Challenge, task, and conclusion.
All right, here's your challenge for today.
Step 1. Listen to a short audio clip and write down what you hear. Try to guess missing words. Step 2. Practice shadowing. Pause and repeat sentences exactly as the speaker says them. Step 3. Try using one reduced phrase in a real conversation, like gonna instead of going to.
And in the comments, tell us, what's the hardest part about understanding fast English?
Tomorrow, we'll talk about how to sound more like a native speaker using rhythm and intonation. Don't miss it.
See you tomorrow. And until then, keep listening, keep practicing, and enjoy learning English.
Bye for now.